when our whole lives have been disrupted mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, right? So what are you supposed to do to stay on track? How do you really get the most out of your day? How do you earn more money? How do you stay healthier? How do you have a better relationship? So first and foremost, do you have a daily routine? Do you have a morning routine? Do you have an afternoon routine? Do you have an evening routine? Most people do not have a routine, or they have one, but they're not deliberately focusing on how to be maximally productive every single moment of every day. And since your greatest asset is time, the question is, are you using time well? There is no such thing as time management. No such thing. The only thing you can do is manage what you do in time. And when you manage what you do in time, you're either going to be highly productive or you're going to waste a lot of time. So, what do you do when you wake up? What do you do when you first wake up? And I'm going to share a couple things with you. Number one, all right, when you first wake up, that is your time to set the tone for the day. So are you getting up and going and doing something productive or unproductive? What about starting off every day as you wake up? As you open your eyes, why not start with a gratitude practice? What are you grateful for? If you woke up this morning and you put your feet on the floor, you can be grateful for being alive. Do you know what that does to your brain? What does it do to your brain? When you are grateful and you think of something you're grateful for, you're actually releasing the neurochemicals of whatever it is that you're grateful for. So if you are grateful for your health, if you're grateful for your family, if you're grateful for being alive, you're releasing those neurochemicals of gratitude, which does what? Makes you feel good. So every morning I start off with what I am grateful for. That's number one. You are developing new habits right now, especially if you're at home. And the question I want to ask you is, are you developing empowering habits or are you developing disempowering habits? A lot of people aren't considering the fact that if you're at home for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, your new patterns are being created in your brain. And if you repeat any pattern for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and you reinforce it, that pattern becomes a habitual pattern. So if you are focusing on constructive patterns, guess what happens? You build constructive patterns in your brain, and that then drives all of your thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and behaviors. So if you just think that you're on vacation right now at home, working for home, and there's no effect on that, you are making a serious error in your judgment. Now of all times is one of the best times for you to be able to focus on empowering patterns versus disempowering patterns, constructive ones instead of destructive ones, and positive ones instead of disempowering ones. After I do my gratitude, the very next thing that I do is meditation. Every day after I wake up, I go and sit and I meditate quietly. I connect to the source. I connect to all of the essence of life. And I meditate either on a problem that I have, I want the solution, or I meditate on the global situation. I meditate by keeping my mind quiet, totally quiet as well, and eliminating all thought, and just tapping into the source of all supply that's within me and all around me. All right? So the question is, do you have empowering patterns or disempowering patterns? Most people don't focus on empowering positive habits, and they're wondering, why things are chaotic and stressful. You have to set up patterns that are calm so you can respond instead of stressful ones where you're reacting all the time. That's using the genius part of your brain, okay? And so that is how I start the first part of the morning. The other thing that I do is I have my Exceptional Life Blueprint with about 45 pages in it of all of my vision and my goals and my life's mission, my inner mission, my outer mission, my principles for an exceptional life, my core prayer, every goal for health, wealth, relationships, career, business, every single one of them is in my exceptional life blueprint. I review it every day. I prime my brain. I listen to it because I've recorded it. I review it every single day by going through it to prime my brain to focus on what it is that I want. And then I use my goal cards and I write out the 3 things that I am going to do that day. The 3 things I'm going to get done that day. Why do I do this? Why do I invest a little bit of that time to get organized? Why? Because if I am directing my brain, my mindset, my emotions, my behaviors, guess who's going to thrive in these challenging times versus who's just going to survive or go backwards? Right? Think about it. If you are directing your mindset and your emotions and your behavior, and you're focused on how you can thrive in this economy, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to be doing great.